Cybermind presents The Crown Act in the Workplace. The Crown Act stands for Creating a Respectful and Open World for Natural Hair. In this course, we will define the Crown Act and how it affects the workplace environment. We will also learn to identify the 5 specific natural hairstyles protected by the Crown Act. The Crown Act was drafted and sponsored by California State Senator Holly J. Mitchell. The Crown Act was signed into California state law on July 3, 2019. New York, New Jersey, Virginia, and Colorado also signed the Crown Act into state law. The Crown Act created a list of 5 natural hairstyles that are protected from discrimination. The Crown Act bans discrimination against these 5 natural hairstyles in employment, education, and housing. In this section, we will learn to identify the 5 protected natural hairstyles. Afro is a natural hairstyle created by combing the hair away from the scalp, allowing the hair to extend out in a large, round shape, much like a cloud or ball. Braids are a natural hairstyle created by interlacing 3 or more strands of hair or flexible material. Twists are a natural hairstyle created by braiding and then twisting the braids around one another. Cornrows are a natural hairstyle created by braiding the hair in narrow strips to form geometric patterns directly on the scalp. Dreadlocks are a natural hairstyle in which the hair is washed and twisted while wet into ringlets hanging down on all sides. The history of the Crown Act starts with the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Section 7 of the 1964 Civil Rights Act created protected groups. A protected characteristic is an immutable trait protected by law from discrimination. An immutable trait is an attribute that is unchangeable, entrenched, and innate. In 1967, age was determined to be an immutable trait. In response, the U.S. Congress passed the Age Discrimination in Employment Act. Age is now a protected characteristic. In 1978, pregnancy was determined to be an immutable trait. In response, Congress passed the Pregnancy Defense Act. Pregnancy is now a protected characteristic. In 1990, disabilities were determined to be an immutable trait. In response, Congress passed the Americans with Disabilities Act. Disabilities are now a protected characteristic. In 2019, California determined that natural hair is an immutable trait. In response, California passed the Crown Act. In California, natural hair is now a protected characteristic. The Crown Act in the workplace functions like gender protection. We all know that women cannot be denied an opportunity simply because of their gender. The Crown Act prevents employees with natural hair from being denied opportunities. You can be denied a promotion, just not because of your natural hairstyle. You can interview and not be hired for a job, just not because of your natural hairstyle. You can even lose your job, just not because of your natural hairstyle.
Does the Crown Act protect all hairstyles?
No, it protects only 5 specific hairstyles.
Which natural hairstyles are protected by the Crown Act?
Afro, braids, twists, cornrows, and dreadlocks.
Does the federal government protect natural hairstyles?
No, natural hairstyles are only protected on the state level.
Has the U.S. Congress ever voted on the Crown Act?
No, the Crown Act has not yet received a vote in Congress.
In which states has the Crown Act become a law?
The first 5 states were California, New York, New Jersey, Virginia, and Colorado.
What is a protected characteristic?
It is an attribute of a protected group that is protected from discrimination.
What is an immutable trait?
An immutable trait is an attribute that is unchangeable, entrenched, and innate.
How does this law affect employers?
Employers must review workplace policies for violations of the Crown Act.
What should an employer remove from their workplace policies?
Any discrimination against the 5 protected natural hairstyles.
Does this apply to interviewing policies?
Yes, interviewing is part of the workplace.
So, the Crown Act reduces discrimination in the workplace?
Yes, the Crown Act demonstrates that employees should be evaluated by their skills and abilities, not by their hair.
In this course, we learned that the Crown Act became a California law in 2019.
We learned the Crown Act is based on the determination that natural hair is a protected characteristic. We learned the 5 protected natural hairstyles are Afro, braids, twists, cornrows, and dreadlocks.
We learned that employers must remove workplace policies that discriminate against natural hairstyles.
Congratulations! You have completed the Crown Act in the workplace.